Hello survivors, over on Blade here and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of a game called Banished. This game was released on February 18th on Steam, and that's yesterday from the day of this recording. And it was made by Shining Rocket Software, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, and it's a one-man company. He spent a couple of years making this game from scratch. As far as I know, he did the engine himself. He did the graphics, the sound effects, the music, everything that you can see, the menu, the UI, and everything like that. And what you see in the background is a small village that I started building. Didn't go too well. I wasn't fast enough to get things up and running when it came to food, so about half of my population died, and from then on everything just kept slowing down. I managed to get food up and running and all that, but that's another story. And this game, it has a lot of stuff. It has like a lot of achievements that you can do, and it has tutorials that you can go through that explains the basics of the game for you. I only did the first tutorial, and I've been watching other people play the pre-release. Some people are very lucky in getting that. And options, you have sound options, you have game options, and you can pretty much set anything you want. I disabled show the weather effects because it just kept raining a lot. And it was kind of difficult to see, but I can put them on for you, I guess. And then the video, I'm running on a laptop that is a couple of years old. I'm in the process of moving in real life, so I've been selling out a bunch of stuff that I had, and including my gaming rig. But this game is new and it runs very nicely on this little laptop that I have. So you can set the changes to, or the game settings to pretty much a lot of things that you want to do. What I didn't show you is the input. So everything that you press, you can change every key binding as you see fit. So let's just go back into the game and see what happened, shall we? Let's do a new game, and we're going to call this one Blade's Retreat. Well, with an R, retreat. As so. It's supposed to be Blades. Or is it Blades? No, it doesn't have that one. So Blades Retreat. Then leave it like that. And you have a map seed. So if you come across a map that you really like, you just, save the seed, remember the seed. Terrain types, you have valleys and mountains. The mountains give you less area to build on, but also at the same time more rocks and iron and coal. Maybe not rocks, but iron and coal. And terrain size, you have small, medium, and large. I'm going to do medium because the map is very big as it is on medium. Climate, mild, fair, and harsh. Let's go for mild. We're going to keep the disasters on, and the starting conditions, I want it to be hard, because as you can see down here, you have 4 families, small amount of clothing, food, firewood, and tools are provided. No seed for farming is available. And if you go on medium, this is probably what I would play, except I don't want to have a pre-built building for when I'm playing, and the seeds and all that. But we'll go for hard, and we just get started on the game, shall we? It's a beautiful game. There's no combat. It's about what you do is that you build a home for your families that was banished from wherever they came from, and it's a balancing act. Do you cut down the woods to make areas for you to live in, and at the same time remove the option to gather or hunt animals, as well as gathering herbs and berries and such? Or do you leave them up and then you are not able to expand and build as you like? So it's a balancing act. And do you keep what you have and don't want to get any more by trade, or do you trade, and as a result of trading you run the risk of getting infection? So this is my map. As you can see, it's even though at medium size, it's very big. You have some mountain areas, a lake. It's a square map, but there's plenty of areas to expand to here, and we see how far we get on this one and how often I'm able to do recordings. So let's see, where are my, there we are. The river here is nice because I can do fishing there, and then we have some woods here, we have some stone and some surface iron. Like this here is iron, this is stone, and you cut down the trees to make wooden stuff. And you have small of the stuff in this storage cart. You have some firewood, some food, hide coat, and iron tools. And it's very intuitive. These down here is F1 to F9. So just pressing, the F keys allow you to quickly reach the menus. And then once you have a menu open, you go from 1 to 9 or to 0 on the other keyboard. So you can pretty much do all the commands using the shortcuts, which is very nice. I like to open up all of these windows here because it gives me a nice overview of what's what and things like such. So we move the things around. The event log will explain everything to me. And we put the map here, and we put this one here. And you can't resize the windows, but you can rescale the, if you go to the options here in the game, this one, user interface, you set that the lower the number, the bigger the interface, and the higher the number, the smaller the interface. I found that 95 works for me because it fits perfectly like this. And as you can see, I have like 8 laborers, which is like I have 8 adults, no students, and 7 children. The temperature, and 15 of them are without housing, so I need to build houses. The thing is that you don't build too much too fast. And as I said, there are things that you have to take into consideration when it comes to what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. So first of all, we're going to build a house, and you build a wooden house, and you can see on the pop-up above the house the resources needed: 16 wood and 8 stone. And with the F key you can change the look on the building. It doesn't change the cost of materials. It's the same material cost no matter what. And with the R and T key you can rotate where you want to do, in which orientation you want to place this building. And those green arrows that you see is the exit or entrance. So when you build roads and stuff like that, which allows your citizens to move around faster, you build a road in that direction, or you have this facing the road. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to build a house, or actually we're going to get started on fishing, I think. And this is a good spot for a fishing. Or are we gonna maybe like so? Want to get as much water as possible, I guess, so that one would be a good spot. So yes, I placed the fishing dock there, and then we're gonna remove some of the resources like the stone here. You can select remove resources, and if you do this it takes away pretty much everything. There are the 3 different resources that you can take away. Or you can select only to harvest trees, stone, or iron. Right now I just want to collect the stone that is here. As such, and also the trees I think that is here, because next to that one I'm going to be building a house. Or should I build it like this maybe. With the Q and E key you rotate and you know WASD to move around. And you don't need to remove stuff before you plant stuff, because if I place this one here, well, I wasn't supposed to because of that spot back there, but if I place it like there, I can see that there's 4 items to be removed and the rest of the stuff here, and you can also assign for people to do stuff for you. The laborers are the ones that do the task for you. They cut down, they clear areas and move, produce goods to storage and stuff. So now when we have the 2 sets of things to do, we have a fishing dock and 1 house, and I don't know where to collect there. I'll probably collect tools. We're gonna get 2 builders because we need builders to build stuff basically. We're also gonna get a stockpile. Now where do we put the stockpile? Let's see. Oh, that's a road. Okay, let's build a road. And then the dirt road doesn't cost any resources. So we have it like that. We need a stockpile. I think that maybe a small stockpile here next to the fishing village or the fishing dock would be nice. We need food, because if we run out of food, the citizens will starve and die. And we speed up to 5 times speed, kind of fast, but you know, things happen. And here's the weather effect that I mentioned before. Slow down. The reserve of stone is low. Well, we have some stone, but this one, you can also pause. So like if you don't want them to work on that one just yet, we want them to concentrate on this one. We see 2 out of 2 builders are working here. And we can also set up that we want to have 1 fisherman, and it's taken from the pool of laborers. And Rigo will become an adult. So that was nice. And the log storage area here is getting full, sort of. All the resources needed to build a fishing dock has been used, so now it's all about the construction part. So we're going to have 2 builders. We can see who they are by double clicking or clicking on this one, Carice. She's 13 and she works as a builder. And then we have Delber, who is also working, and he's 14. Okay. And housing is what they need, because in winter time it's getting cold and they need to stay warm and they need food and all that. And as you may have seen, as I picked to be a fisherman. Let's see if we can find that person. Here we have a question mark. It's this guy here. He is gonna be the fisherman as soon as the fishing dock is ready. Okay. Don't need to follow him around anymore. And the fishing dock is ready, so we unpause that one. Probably need to clear out this area a little bit more. Let's collect all the stone from this area here. Yeah. How are we with logs? We do have some logs. Probably need more. So cut down these trees here as well. And the reserve logs as well. Yes, I'm getting to that. Now I want to keep The best source of food is actually gathering huts. However, they need to be in uh, wooden area, I think. This one is nice and wooded, and it would get us a lot of food. Maybe this, I think, not sure which place to place it, but if I place it here, you don't need to build roads, by the way. It's just that it makes them go faster if you do. So if we build this one here, and speed is down to, it's kind of slow. I see that I'm getting about 15, 16, 17 frames per second. I hope the recording works well though. And I will turn off this weather effect. Show weather effects. There we go. Apply. Okay. I really like the fact that it's your village in the background when you start a new game or when you go to the menu. Looks very, very nice. Now they're working fast and doing a good job at it, cutting down all the rocks and the trees. We need more housing, of course. So let's plan for that. And we want that look. That look. So pause. Having them moving in is great, but for now we're going to focus on the gatherer's hut in here. Hopefully they're working to get things sorted. You have to balance everything you do. You only have a limited amount of people to begin with, and the bigger your village is and more people you have, the more food you need and the more areas you need to get that food going, or more workers working on making food. Fishing, like I said, this dock, I don't know if there's unlimited fish, but I would think so. So I guess we can make one more fisherman, because we had a lot of laborers, a lot of people turning into adults. And that's a good thing. So extra fishermen gives us extra fish. And we are low on food. We started out with 1,200 potatoes, and now we're down to 711 potatoes. And I think that we can build a warehouse, storage barn. But my thinking is I will not build it very, I don't know. There, that's a good spot. On the road. There we go. And the reserve of logs is low. Okay, cool. And we're gonna make 2 people gatherer there. That's the trick. And then the storage barn is being built, and I guess we can unpause these 2, and we select to cut down more firewood or more wood. There we go. Getting them to work together to get things sorted. A lot of iron here, which I should gather eventually. I figure I clear out this area here, and I put this one, the gatherer's hut, they gather berries, which is, let's see, where are the gatherers? There. Hmm. It's mushroom, not herbs, roots. We're getting some fish in as well. There's 4 different types. Okay, they have all the resources needed to build their housing. Great. This one needs a few more logs. We have something coming down over here. Gonna place a quarry around here somewhere to get stone unlimited, so I don't have to go chasing it around all the time. Next construction we're gonna do is firewood. Yes. Now this is the trick here, or not the trick, but there are 2 things that you need to build. Speaking of that, you can build anything from start. Like I can build a town hall already if I want to, but it's too early. I can build a cemetery, I can build a chapel or a well in case of fire. And building housing close like this is a higher risk of fire spreading if there's fire starting somewhere. So we lower the speed to 2 times normal speed. And I think that you can see here we have Delbert and Paris, they are gatherers. And Cassandi, I guess they gave birth to Cassandi. And then we have Farah. And then we have Handler, Anisha, Densi, and Renatasha. And here we have Elises, Rendes, Rigo, Garvis, Danalia. I can upgrade. Cool. And this symbol here means that they're cold. There's not enough firewood. So we need to build something to give them firewood. And a woodcutter is the one you want for that. So just build a woodcutter there. And then you build this guy here. We build him next to here. Blacksmith. Yeah, we'll build that there. We need more wood. So cut down those trees. Clear out this area as well. That should give us enough wood. And we're gonna have, let's see, we need a blacksmith. We can set one of our laborers to become a blacksmith when time permits, or we wait until later. So how are we with food? Still running low. So we have mushrooms, onions, potatoes, and then there's berries and roots that the gatherers gather as well. Okay, just need 1 more log and we can build this one, which is nice. Still 3 people that are without homes, so we have to sort that out. I think that if we make a space here and we take, how are we on, oh we're running wait, we have no resources whatsoever. Okay, it's good to know. No more resources. And I think that maybe we remove this iron that is here. That should get them started on the rest here. And again, we increase the speed a little bit, make things happen a little bit faster. I was thinking that here, instead of having the gatherers living out here, see where do we have a fisherman's living there and build a laborer and all that. We could build a house over here and have the gatherers move here. That way they are working very close to where they or they're living very close to where they work. Right, storage barn is being built. Very, very nice. And this is, zoom in here a bit. This is a good spot for this house, right? What design do we want? Let's go with that one. Okay, this one is being built. This is the woodcutter. So we set the woodcutter, now one of them. Oops, sorry. They create firewood. So in winter time, as you can see here, we're now in autumn and it's year 1. So they will take any spare logs that you have and turn into firewood up to a certain amount. Like this one you have a food limit of 5,000, which is nice. And then you have in this one also 5,000. So once you reach the limit, you're good. They will not keep on gathering food and taking up storage space. So that's nice. You can set the limits here how you see fit. Doing somewhat okay. It's not a game that is built or played fast. It takes time. Now when that one is full, we can actually take this one and demolish it. Remove structure. So they would take everything that is here and put it in here instead. And that leaves up this space for us to construct stuff on. Let's see, we're still low on logs. Stone, iron. Let's pause this one. Even though we have a few people that is homeless for now, we don't rush that. Maybe I'm giving it too many orders too fast. Oh, things happen. Already have the order to demolish them? Yes, they do. How about these? There, now they have the orders to do that. And it's winter time. So I'm just amazed on the game. It's very polished. And it's a game that I think that the guy made him will really get his money's worth of the time invested in this game. I bought it pretty much as soon as it was released, and I had trouble because a lot of people were probably buying it at the same time, so it did, you know, overflow on the pages and stuff like that, but eventually I got it sorted. So if you see this icon here, it means that they are low on tools or out of tools. As you can say here, the reserve tools is low and now it's 0. So we need this one built. They can still work even though there are no tools, but they work so much slower. So once we get this place up and running, we don't need logs, we don't need that, we just need iron. So clear this out. That will give us enough iron to build this one, and then also to building tools. So it's a balancing act you do, but you don't have to go and chase the resources around your living area. As it is right now, I mean, when I clear out the stones and the iron from here, I have pretty much a very big space for me to expand on, and I can also expand across the water here by building a bridge and expanding this direction. But my next step would probably be to build a woodcutter or a forester's hut. Okay, right. We need more wood. So we can make more firewood. Sorry about that. So building a forester's hut here next to this guy. So the forester will then cut down all the adult trees and plant new saplings. So it's like a renewable resource. There was something someone else mentioned about herbs and such only grow in old forests. Um, but I don't know if that's the case, and that you have to leave like an area untouched or unmodified. So how are we doing here? We got some roots, we got some fish, we got some mushrooms. We're very low on food, so we probably need another fisherman just to make sure. 3 out of 4. And getter, yeah, let's do 3 out of 4 on that one as well. How are we doing here? Still need a bunch of iron. -2 centigrade. So far so good. No deaths, which is very nice. I like the fact that tools is a combination of every tool, like the fishing rods, the pickaxes, the shovels, the saws, the anvil, well, not anvils, but yeah, all kinds of tools. Probably the bows for the hunters as well. There's no combat though, which is nice. I think too many games out there is focusing on combat, but I'm sure there are people that want this one to be multiplayer and combat. I wouldn't mind maybe not full multiplayer, but co-op, that you build, you share the map. You start in different areas of the map, and you can trade between yourself. Like someone might be focusing on stones or wood, and the other one focusing on foods and stuff, and you trade. Reserves of food is low. I know. We have just increased our food producers by 2. So hopefully that would help us now that it's early spring. So hopefully the water and the forest will provide more in terms of edible resources. There's some berries here. We can gather that. I guess we can just do. There we go. We got that. Now we're running at 5 times the speed. Maximum speed is 10 times. But I don't want to run the game too fast because I want to be around and be able to handle whatever situation comes up, even though I might not be able to. It's not exactly a blind let's play or playthrough. It's coming up. So we make 1 blacksmith. There we go. And we can unpause this building so the last family can move in and have a place to live. Let's see, food, pasture, their hunting cabin, use it to find area for hunting wild game. And that's another thing. If you right now you see them running around here, the deer next to my settlement, but they usually shun away from people. Okay, Forester's Lodge. I don't remember how I placed this one, but if I go like this, and we build a road, I think. And then if you hold shift, you can get diagonal roads going. So yeah, let's build that. They need 32 logs. I guess we can cut down some of the trees in this area here, since the forester will replant them. Okay, got all the logs it need. This one has I think this one means that it suspended its workforce, or its the construction of firewood, because we have 184, and I'm pretty certain that there are more in the houses. If you look at the inventory, yeah, they have like 20 firewood in there. So that doesn't count as storage or public reserves, I guess. So once this one is up, I'll probably build another house in here. So as I said before, instead of having the gatherers living out here and the forester, they live where they work, basically. I guess I can set that up right now. Just yeah. And we can pause that one. Okay. I think that this is probably a good spot to end the first episode. My 3 laborers are kind of busy at the moment, which means that things are not happening as fast. But I see they're clearing this one out now, so it disappears, and all of a sudden we have 2 new citizens that doesn't have a place to live. So hooray for them. Well, you didn't clear it out properly. Well, eventually, I guess. So yeah, I will be back next time, and then they're working on clearing out the area for this one now, and we still need more logs, which we have orders to cut down and all that. So next episode we'll see what happens when I get this one up and running, and we expand the town a little bit more, maybe by building some tailors or whatnot, or we expand across the river. So sorry about that. Until then, I'm Blade. This is Banished. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.